Welcome to Hearing Consultants of Colorado Springs YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about over-the-counter devices versus professionally fit devices. We get asked frequently, if somebody has hearing loss, well, can I just go get a device at a retail store called over-the-counter devices? So we get asked, what is the difference between over-the-counter and professionally fit hearing aids? And the first difference is the device itself. We certainly do not dismiss that there are individuals and there are certain circumstances that over-the-counter might be certainly effective. And I equate this to when I turned 40, a number of years ago now. But when I turned 40, the proverbial decrease in my vision was happening, and I went to my local store and got some readers. And that certainly was effective in improving things for a very short period of time. But very quickly, I realized I needed more professional help, and I needed a prescriptive fit. I needed lenses that would address my particular situation. And so now I'm in progressive lenses, and that was a challenge and difficult to navigate at first, but I can't imagine not having them. So when it comes to hearing devices, I think there's a similar analogy. Over the counter, for somebody who has just a little bit of decrease, who needs just a little bit of help, they certainly can be a stopgap in improving somebody's day-to-day, improving their relationships. But when it comes to professionally fit devices, they're more feature-rich. They have more capability. And sometimes people will say, well, I don't need all the bells and whistles that some of the expensive devices have. And I wouldn't look at it as bells and whistles. It's really what's happening on the back end. On the back end, the circuit inside, these are computers, and computers have different purposes. Another analogy that I like to use is think about somebody who is needing a computer to surf the internet, or maybe they just need to go on to Facebook. The amount of computing power, the amount of sophistication that one needs in order to achieve that is not that great. However, if you're somebody who's doing video editing, graphic design, you need more computing power, you need more capability. And that's how I would equate again, an analogy to hearing devices. We are active and busy more so than ever. People are communicating with family, friends, they're going out to restaurants, just church meetings, all sorts of different things. And professionally fit devices, what they allow is more capability, more sophistication. The amount of research and development that goes into these devices is significant, and thus they do cost more. The other component is the professional component. If you can imagine, being able to go in and pick something off the shelf is going to be not tailored and not prescriptively fit to an individual's hearing loss. When we see somebody, we use gold standard care, and what that includes is a test called a real ear test. We're not only fitting the device, which is more sophisticated, we're fitting it in a prescriptive way. So it allows for a more tailored, more prescriptive fit so that we get the best results that somebody can achieve with current technology. When it comes to hearing devices, hearing aids that one can obtain at a professional office, there are a number of options typically that a patient has access to. It's not necessarily something that you come into our office and have to spend an enormous amount of money. There is a range, just like there is in any type of electronics or different types of services that one might obtain. So there are devices that for people who are extremely active, extremely busy. I call them our social butterflies. These are people that not only are they fairly active on a day-to-day basis, but they also have significant expectations. They want the best that can be offered in today's technology. And we see that more and more nowadays, that people, they're living full lives. People are living active lives, and they want the best that technology can afford them. The other end of the spectrum might be somebody who they need devices, they need help. Budget is a concern, and there are devices for them as well. They are still professionally fitted. They are still extremely sophisticated, but the cost is a factor, and these individuals can still get excellent devices. And I'd say the majority of people tend to be somewhere in the middle. So there is a good, better, best in terms of technology, and in terms of cost, there is a wide range of costs for individuals so that we can find a good fit, a good technology for any budget.